The Senate is now seeking to redirect at least 200 million shillings from its budget to the newly formed COVID-19 Emergency Response Fund. The Senate's resolution came as the Treasury published regulations to govern this fund. Samogina reports.
The country is pulling all stops to battle the spread of coronavirus within the nation, a day after President Uhuru Kenyatta directed the establishment of COVID-19 Emergency Response Fund. Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Ukur Yatani was breathing life to the directive. The fund will be the country's single resource mobilization vehicle to step up efforts to ward off the spread and effects of the virus. It will be responsible for bolstering the country's healthcare system through purchases of essential supplies for public hospitals, health professionals and frontline workers. It will fund programs aimed at cushioning and provision of emergency relief to the vulnerable and the poor in urban informal settlements. To cushion the economy, the fund has the task of coming up with an economic stimulus package for micro, small and medium-sized businesses rendered vulnerable by coronavirus. With the country scouting for more isolation facilities across the nation, the fund will be responsible for the restoration of such facilities for use by the hosting institutions and enhance capacity to relevant research institutions handling COVID-19. Treasury will be the primary source of funds, this coupled by voluntary contributions from public and private individuals. Grants, donations, gifts and monies from other government sectors approved by respective cabinet secretaries will also go into the kitty. Already, the president and his deputy say they will take an 80% pay cut that will go into the kitty, while cabinet secretaries are to take a 30% pay cut. The Senate has proposed 200 million shillings to be slashed from its budget and be redirected to the COVID-19 Emergency Fund. This as it formed a 7-member committee to interrogate government's initiative to contain the spread of the coronavirus and its effects on the economy.
There are many people in many parts of Kenya, in many villages, Mr. Speaker, they are still greeting themselves. They are still socializing, Mr. Speaker. They are still drinking busa in their community. They are saying this is a holiday for drinking busa, Mr. Speaker. They are oblivious of the dangers that come with this disease. Mr. Speaker, civic education must be done. But, Mr. Speaker, the provincial administration also, or the national administration, must take advantage of its structures to the village level to ensure that communication reaches to as many people as possible.
We need to plan for the worst. People are planning for the worst. If you want to deal with this crisis, you don't deal with the 50 cases that have come up. You deal, now they're talking about a possibility of having 10,000 cases. I think we should be talking about the need to have equipment and facilities even to deal with 100,000 or even more.
Kenyans are not very serious people. We have a lot of problems. You talk to most of the people, they tell you, these things are things of the Wazungus.
The COVID-19 Emergency Fund will be chaired by the Managing Director of Kenya Breweries Limited, Jen Karuku. The members comprising of top CEOs in the country. They will be responsible for ramping up funds and approving expenditure of the same. The board will wound up its operations through a presidential declaration upon certification that coronavirus is no longer a threat to the social, economic and political stability of the country. Samogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.